I'm Dr. Ron Daniels, president of the Institute of the Black World 21st Century. First and foremost, I want to thank all of you, all of our supporters, for just contributing to the work of the Institute of the Black World 21st Century. You know, we have a very strong organization. We do some incredible work, but that work is often done by guts and faith. We're an organization that very much depends on the support of the people. Frankly, we're not going to get a lot of contributions from corporations, corporate sponsors, or from foundations, because we're unapologetically a Black organization. We're not opposed to others, but we're unapologetically a Black organization. Now, what I want to do is encourage you to take a look at our appeal, our letter of appeal for this year. I can't possibly in this short video go through all of the accomplishments of IBW. So I want you to really, at the end of this little short video, I want you to go and read the letter that we put together with all the different aspects of what we've done. It won't take you long, but let me just hit some of the highlights. One of the things that we've done this year, one of our major accomplishments has been around reparations. Institute of the Black World 21st Century this year convened a national, international summit on reparations, which brought together people from 22 countries from all over the world. Reparations, believe it or not, is becoming a major issue again, primarily because of the work of the CARICOM Reparations Commission, where they've called for reparations, native genocide, and African enslavement. That's given a great boost to the reparations movement around the world. The National African American Reparations Commission has also put together a 10-point program. It's a preliminary program that we intend to take to cities all across this country, well, regions all across this country, to get your input into that program, because reparations matters. And Black Lives Matters movement is now saying the same thing. So for the first time in a long time, we really believe that this issue of reparations is possible. May not be in my lifetime, but that's sort of irrelevant. We think that pushing this issue, given all of the oppression, all of the white supremacy that's being manifested in terms of police repression, the murders and fratricide, all that has happened over the years, it's time for us to have a new push on reparations. And we are doing that in a major way. So reparations is the key thing we've been working on. But also we have been fighting against the war on drugs. The war on drugs is indeed a war on us. And in various cities, particularly in Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Pittsburgh, we've organized justice collaboratives to push back against the war on drugs, to organize initiatives that will overcome the war on drugs and racially biased criminal justice policies. But we also have been demanding something else. It's not enough just to end the war on drugs and police brutality and all of the kind of misconduct that's going on. We certainly are in favor of that. We've also got to invest in America's dark ghettos. You see that thematically in all that we talk about. We've got to invest in our communities. They've been decimated by the war on drugs. And there needs to be repair of these communities, because there's been disinvestment, deindustrialization, and joblessness. And so it's not a mystery why there's so much agony and pain in our communities. And so the war on drugs, we're fighting to overcome the war on drugs, but also fighting to reinvest in our communities. We also have another incredible formation called the Black Family Summit. Because at the end of the day, what IBW is really all about is pulling together diverse groups and organizations to work together. We do that in terms of the justice collaboratives I just referenced in these 3 cities that we're talking about. But we also do it with something called the Black Family Summit. Under the leadership of Baba Leonard Dunstan, we have 27 African-centered Black professional organizations who come together to work on issues of common concern. One of the major issues they worked on this year was to convene a group of stakeholders in New Orleans on the 10th anniversary of Katrina to interface with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, to talk about how much progress has been made. We all know how FEMA was, not so good a few years ago. Well, there have been some improvements perhaps, but we wanted to get the grievances aired and to work as a good faith facilitator to keep the progress going in New Orleans, because in fact, not a lot of progress has been made in terms of the Ninth Ward, the lower Ninth Ward coming back, or New Orleans East. A lot of Black people are still suffering in New Orleans. We've created an emergency task force under the auspices of the Black Family Summit that can now interface with FEMA to try to get some relief in these areas. That's also illustrated by a formation called the Pan-African Unity Dialogue. In the city of New York, every 3 months, we bring together Afro-Latinos, Caribbean Americans, Continental Africans, and African Americans for a conversation about what's happening in our respective communities. The fact that we're all black is important, but we all have distinct interests in some respects. So we want to build bonds of unity. We want to build bonds of cooperation. We want to make sure that our diverse communities are working together to maximize global black power. And one of the things that we've done most recently is we actually hosted President Nicolás Maduro of Venezuela for an Afro-Descendant Summit. That was an incredible highlight. The Pan-African Unity Dialogue, again, IBW bringing groups together as a way of working effectively to advance our interests. And then we have the Haiti Support Project. We believe that the Institute of the Black World 21st Century through the Haiti Support Project is the leading organization building a constituency for Haiti, particularly among African Americans. We've been doing this work for 20 years now. And a lot of you who know Ron Daniels and a lot of you who know IBW know that that's the work that we do. And we've been doing it very effectively, actually. We just completed a pilgrimage to Haiti where people had an opportunity, where we commemorated actually our 20th anniversary, and people got a chance to see firsthand the work that we do in terms of supplying scholarships and school supplies for hundreds of children, a microcredit lending program that we run. We have what we call the Model City Initiative, where we're trying to, in fact, take the small town of Milo near the Citadel, this magnificent mountaintop fortress, and convert it into a mecca of cultural historical tourism. We believe that every person of African descent and every person of goodwill should make a pilgrimage to the Citadel at least once in a lifetime. And in so doing, you will also support community-based, people-oriented economic development. Well, that's a part of what we've been doing and what we've done in 2015. But next year, we'll have State of the Black World Conference #4. And we hope it's going to be the biggest and the most successful ever. We're looking at doing it in Newark, New Jersey, to in fact honor Imamo Emiri Baraka, the brilliant poet, playwright, political organizer, one of the great leaders of our time. And what a wonderful sight it will be to do this in a city where his son is now mayor. So we're looking at Newark, New Jersey, to have the State of the Black World Conference after the election. And we want to see this be a great converging event for all of the different movements as a way of, again, advancing the agenda around reparations, advancing the agenda around all of the different issues that are on our agenda now, in order to, in fact, increase the resistance, increase a sense of building possibilities for healing our communities and empowering Black communities for the 21st century. It's in that spirit that we're asking you to make a generous contribution to the Institute of the Black World 21st Century. Read the entire letter so you'll see more details than I'm able to give you in this video clip and this video appeal. But after you've done that, we hope that you'll be persuaded, number one, to give a general support contribution for the overall work we do with the Institute of the Black World, an overall contribution. Well, you may say, but I don't want to do that. I want to dedicate my contribution to reparations. You'll be able to do that. Or you may say, I like the work that IBW is doing through the Haiti Support Project for Haiti. You can also click that box and do that as well. But finally, one of the things we want you to do, we want you to join the Gregory Griffin Circle of Sustaining Contributors. We've got a brother out of Baltimore, Maryland, who since 2002 has given the Institute of the Black World 21st Century without fail $10 a month, just $10 a month. Well, you can give more. You can give 25 or 50 or 100, but just $10 a month. In the spirit of Marcus Garvey, we want to be able to work unapologetically for you and with you without having to be concerned, because we know we're working and we're servants of the people. That means the people also need to contribute to making us a strong organization. I believe that God and the ancestors will bless you because you have blessed IBW with a contribution. Thank you very much.